right, welcome back, gamers. Rick here with Game Trade Media. We are live still here at on the exhibition floor at Origins Game Fair 2018 in Columbus, Ohio. I've got Dylan with Catalyst Games. He is here to talk about a game that he probably has a little bit of knowledge about, considering you designed it.
Yes.
All right.
So this is Shadowrun Sprawl Ops
All
with
right.
the.
Whoop, right here.
Sorry.
Right there. There we go.
With the very, very pretty artwork.
It is amazing. I mean, it is very much gives you that Shadowrun feel. It looks just like every.
Well, I mean, Shadowrun is known for being dark and gritty, but at the same time, a lot of neon, a lot of action and excitement.
Yeah.
And the artists captured this amazingly well, like in the box, and the board game components. Like you can tell just looking at this that it's Shadowrun.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about, because this looks like a dice card. Also, I mean, what is this game? There's a lot going on right here.
So as you mentioned earlier, I'm the designer, and
Yeah.
one of the things that I'm really proud of this game is it combines two components that are very rarely combined, and it does it in a smooth way.
Okay.
And first off, it's worker placement.
Okay.
So you're going to have your own Shadowrun team, where your Shadowrun team is going to be these different Shadowrunners.
All right.
And you're going to take them, and you're going to move them around the city. That's your worker placement component.
Makes sense. Okay.
So they correspond to these little standees, and you'll go to different locations.
Okay.
And then do whatever that location is known for.
All right.
Okay. So that's one component.
Okay.
The other component deals with these elements over here,
Okay.
which are the missions. Now, on the missions, you're attempting to complete them with your Shadowrun team.
Okay.
And so this is where a press your luck mechanism comes in.
Ooh. Okay.
So it's worker placement plus press your luck.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Those two types of components do not usually come together.
Yes.
Not that they shouldn't.
No,
that
it's
they
just,
haven't.
Well, and the thing is that it's that old trying to find the balance between you don't want to play like an hour and a half long game and have it all come down to a die roll, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
So what this game does is it allows you ways. There's lots of rules built in that I'm not going to get into about hedging your bets and protecting yourself, because as anybody who knows Shadowrun, it's dangerous.
It's a dangerous world. Yeah.
We have Dockwagon.
Okay.
It's going to keep you alive.
Okay.
Do not underestimate the value of Dockwagon.
Yeah, I never have. In the role-playing game, I played a Dwarven Street Samurai, so it's like, yeah, I got beat up a lot. I need to get fixed up a lot.
Yep, and that's what Dockwagon's there
yeah,
for.
That's awesome. So as far as like let's say a round of play, how would that go?
Okay, so each round is split up into two phases.
Okay.
The first phase is the worker placement phase, where you're putting your workers out, and during that phase, you're usually spending money to get new gear, get more improved runners, or to go to the chop shop and get cyberware upgrades.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Of course we have to have cyberware upgrades.
It's the most important thing.
Yes. And I'll tell you right now, little hint, knowing the game a little, dermal armor, dermal plating, really, really valuable.
Okay.
So the first phase, you put your workers out, going to the different locations, like I said, usually powering up.
All right.
The second phase is if you met with a Johnson. For those who aren't familiar with Shadowrun, a Johnson is the person who arranges the missions.
Right.
You then go on a mission.
Okay.
And that's where the dice rolling comes into play. And so you take these dice and you form whatever your dice pool is. So, if you need a couple more of these, and then you roll them, and based on the results of what you roll, you see how far you can get on the mission.
Okay, so let's say our mission is hacking a legacy. That actually sounds like a really tough mission.
It's actually not too tough because it's only a 20K. They range from 10 to 40.
So it says 2 shotguns.
Right. So basically what this says is that if we need to get 2 shotgun successes, they do carry over. So I have 1.
Right.
You get 3 chances. So then I would scoop up all of the dice.
Okay.
We keep track of the fact that I have 1.
Right.
And I got a second one.
Okay.
So I've now completed that stage of the mission.
Okay.
So then you go to the next stage.
All right.
If you complete all the stages, you get paid.
All right.
Some of the missions have partial payments halfway through.
Okay.
But most of them, you have to complete the whole thing.
Okay, so if I am able to complete this, my dice pool continues as maintain,
Yes.
and we just roll through, and you have 3 chances, you said?
3 chances for each
stage.
step.
Okay, all right. That actually does make it seem a little bit more achievable, but with enough risk there as well.
Oh, well, we haven't even gotten into the risk yet.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, it's Shadowrun. It's dark.
Yes.
It's dangerous. So, with these dice, they're special custom dice to correspond to the individual character roles. So, for example, the black is the Street Samurai.
All right.
It has 2 faces, which have the Street Samurai icon.
Okay.
And then it has this one troll skull face.
Yeah, I don't think we want that.
No.
Okay.
Every time you roll a troll skull face, one of your runners gets injured.
No.
And when they're injured, you remove their dice from the dice pool.
Oh.
Because they can't contribute anymore.
So.
And if you get, hang on, it gets worse.
What? But it's why? Why does it need to?
Because it's Shadowrun.
Because it's Shadowrun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it gets worse because if you get 2 skulls and you apply them both to the same runner, that runner dies. You can lose them entirely from your team.
And that would be a very quick loss.
Yes.
Ooh. So let me ask you this: if we know that this is a Street Samurai, we have a Street Samurai character. Does this necessarily affect the Street Samurai?
Yes. So
okay, so it directly affects, if it's his
correct.
dice pool, it directly affects that character.
The quick and dirty rule is whatever die rolls an injury must be applied to someone who can roll that. So if you had 2 Street Samurais, you could split that up.
Okay.
But if you only have one, it goes
dead.
He's dead.
Oh my gosh. Shadowrun.
Remember Dockwagon?
Yeah, got to get there.
Yeah. But I will say that there is a rule in place, and this is where that dice manipulation comes in play.
Okay.
Where any success, not even necessarily like we were going for the Street Samurai icons. This is a rigor success.
Okay.
I can use this to cancel an injury.
Oh.
So you can protect yourself.
But at that point, it reduces your pool.
Nope, you'll get to roll the die.
Again, but it reduces your pool for that particular round of the mission roll.
Like I have to choose whether I want the success to apply to cancel an injury or to help get me further.
Right. Wow.
And that's where it becomes press your luck.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I could take the injury and complete it, or do I want to save my runner for later, but now I might not be able to complete the step.
Nice. That's cool. I like that.
So that's where it all gets factored
all right.
in.
I can dig it. Now, what are our win conditions?
So your win conditions are, do you see that very large mission over there?
I do. Let's pull that up here.
So the goal is to complete this mission. Whoever completes this one first wins, hands down.
Okay.
They're up against, for those who are familiar with Shadowrun, the major AAA companies.
Right.
Like Renraku, As Technology, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Those runs are much, much harder than the regular missions. Whoever completes it first wins.
Okay.
But
it's Shadowrun.
There's always a but.
It's Shadowrun.
If you go too early thinking, hey, maybe I can get this, and your team gets really injured, there's always going to be someone right behind you willing to go after you.
Right.
So you have to really balance when you want to take that chance.
I like it.
Thanks.
Very cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. I want to play this now off camera. Are you guys demoing this over at the booth?
You have to ask the Catalyst. We don't have any set demos, but we have done staged demos here and there.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Yes.
When will this be available to our pub?
So currently it's on Kickstarter.
Okay.
So if you go, it's running, I think, till Tuesday or Wednesday after the convention.
Okay.
So if you go to Kickstarter and search for Sprawl Ups, it'll come right away.
All right.
And there's a lot of goodies coming with the Kickstarter. I'll get back to that in a second.
All right.
We are hoping, assuming there are no delays in the manufacturing, that the game will be available at Gen Con.
Wow.
It won't be available at retail in August, but we are hoping that we'll have some copies at Gen Con.
Perfect. All right. And then soon after, hopefully retail.
And then,
the retail market
from there, it's going to go into retail, but that's going to take some extra time.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
like that.
Okay. Very cool. Now, because you also had a hand in another game, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about something real quick. So if you come by our booth here, if you're here at Origins for the rest of the weekend at booth 145, you can get a free copy of Game Trade Magazine. And inside that is a Catalyst Game Labs promo one of 4 different characters
Yep.
that you could potentially get. There's 2 half elves or 2 elves and 2 lizard folk, all rangers, but have different things.
And I
because of racial
believe,
and-
don't quote me on this, but I believe that's the only way you can get a lizard folk character right now.
I believe so.
I think that's true. Like there's other half elves, but
Mhm.
the lizard folk, this is the only way to get them.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
And over at the booth, they have some other expansions, right?
We have currently, I think, 3 brand new expansions. We also have the Heroes of the Sword Coast, which has been sold out for a long time, over there at the booth as well.
Nice. That's a lot of cool stuff.
Yes.
Very cool.
It's a great time to be working with Catalyst.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you want to follow Catalyst Game Labs and make sure that you don't miss out on anything that they're doing, make sure, just go to catalystgamelabs.com or just search Catalyst Game Labs and all social media platforms. They're out there. Find them, follow them, so you don't miss out on any of the cool updates, news, and everything of what's coming out. And we'd like to say thank you to Carolina Game Tables for letting us use this amazing streamer table. It's super sturdy and ready to be played on. If you're a content creator, this is the one you want to get. But if you're not, they have many other tables to choose from over at CarolinaGameTables.com.
So if I give you the demo copy, do I keep the table?
Ooh, I don't even get to keep the table.
Oh, dang it.
It has to go home with them. It's so sad. I love this in my studio. Also, we are doing a big contest at GTMgiveaway.com. If you go there and do all the little entry points, you can enter to win a bunch of board games that we're accumulating here at Origins and out of our warehouse and in my office back at back at work. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be thrown into this, and one lucky person's going to be able to win it, and maybe that could be you. But you got to go to GTMgiveaway.com to enter. So check that out. On that note, Dylan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I'm Rick. This is Game Trade Media, and I'll see you at the game store.